Hey fellas, Jugs here and welcome back to another video. Hope you're all having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a very serious and heartbreaking topic and issue that affected many people in Australia. Specifically, the stolen generation in Kevin Rudd's apology speech. If you're not particularly sure about what the stolen generation was, I'll tell you. It happened in Australia from 1910 to the early 1970s, and it refers to the removal of Aboriginal and Torres Strait children from their families. That's 60 years where these children were forcibly being taken away from their families. In fact, my grandfather was one of the young children when he was only 7 in 1940. He had a brother and sister and mother and father who he never ever got to see again. Luckily, he was able to escape, but it was really hard for him to become stable again in these times where Aboriginals were treated horrifically. Eventually he did, but never forgave Australian Parliament. During the stolen generation, around 100,000 young Aboriginal children were taken away. These young children who had stolen were forced to adopt white culture and reject their Indigenous heritage. Some of the children were adopted by white families, while others were sold to institutions where they were either abused or neglected. They were even manipulated and lied to, telling the young children that their families had died or abandoned them. The children weren't the only ones to suffer. The families were also highly affected by this and often turned to drug abuse and alcohol abuse. In this image, we see that there are 4 young Aboriginal girls with a white mother. These young girls may not even be related, but were stolen away from their families and may have never ever seen them again. Link-up organisations are found all around Australia and provide family tracing and reunion services for those who were members of the stolen generation. The organisation gives priority to the first generation members of the stolen generation who have directly experienced removal or separation from family and community, especially those who are elderly or have urgent health concerns, like my grandfather. In early 2008, Kevin Rudd apologised for Australia's actions through a speech in Parliament. Now, the Parliament's treatment toward these Aboriginal and Torres Strait people were out of line, irrational, cruel and misguided. Even though the speech was very welcome and felt very sincere, in reality it should have happened a long time ago. The Australian federal and state government agencies and church missions were the people that started this horrible action, who were under the acts of their respective parliaments.
We apologise, especially for the removal of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children from their families, their communities and their country. For the pain, suffering and hurt of these stolen generations, their descendants and for their families left behind, we say sorry.
It was a cruel and horrible thing that affected many people and still does to this day, like myself. The speech was very welcome and sincere, but should have happened a long time ago, like I said. I hope you all enjoyed the video and gave you an insight on what it was like for these Aboriginal and Torres Strait people. If you did, please smash the like button. If we could hit 30 likes, that would be great. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe for more interesting videos about Australia. I hope that we can learn from these actions and prevent it from ever occurring again. See you later, alligator.